perfect opportunity for every young person. 5 years ago, I wouldn't say so. But now, with all the resources that we have, this is the most perfect opportunity. And I'll tell you why. I had 3 months left before I was going to take my GCSEs. And the school said to me, Jack, you're going to fail. You're going to fail your GCSEs. So why don't you do some work experience in the construction industry? And then you can go and get your job on a site, a building site. And I didn't want to be on a building site, but the teachers were telling me to go onto a building site. So what I did, with the resource online that we have today's date, I worked bloody hard to get my GCSEs. I had post-it notes everywhere on the wall in my bedroom, all different colours. Now, today's date, I still can't spell a word longer than 6 letters. But do you know what? I got 11 A star to C GCSEs because I worked hard, and it shows that ambition can do it. Now, the teachers were surprised and they said to me, wow, Jack, you got your GCSEs, well done. You need to go and do your A-levels now, and then you have to go to university. Then you have to get married, get a mortgage, and pay it off. And I said to the teachers, your first bit of advice was wrong, and I'm not going to take your second bit. So I came across this thing called an apprenticeship, and I didn't even know what apprenticeship was. It was just someone phoned me up locally in Romford, I'm from Essex, and said, we want you to do this apprenticeship, and it's a business administration apprenticeship. And I thought, brilliant, let's go and do it. So I turned up. On my first day, they said, by the way, it is a business administration apprenticeship, but it's actually a sales. There's not a qualification to do that, so we'll put you on a business administration apprenticeship, but you will be sitting on the phone making leads. So it's a car insurance place. So in the first 6 months, every day, they gave me a list of 600 numbers, and they said, call them. The training provider came out to me twice in 16 months. It was slave labour. It felt like it anyway. However, using the resource of the internet, I knew that experience would take me on to the next level. And after 6 months, I was converting more sales leads than the whole 7 people on that team. So they moved me over to the sales team. Jack, we want you on the big boys table. So I moved over to the sales team. And within another 6 months, leading up to 18 months now of this apprenticeship, I was converting 100 car insurance policies a week, making the company 100 car insurance policies a week, being the youngest member there. Now I had 3 months left to complete this apprenticeship, MVQ level 3 and 4, which would have got me onto university so I went and became an architect, but did it different. Company goes bust. The training provider turns around to me and says, Jack, sorry, we're not going to get our money from the government. Off you go. So yes, I've been let down twice by the education system already. But I didn't stop there because the resource that young people have today is fantastic. So I got myself into a recruitment company, and I sat in front of the CEO, Sue Cooper, who's one of my advisors today's date, and I said to Sue, I really want to work here. You can pay me 21k, but your training program's worth 21k. If I can get on that in the centre of London, I'm on 42k as an 18-year-old. This is perfect. And she turned around to me and said, we only hire people with degrees. Degrees in recruitment, I said. I said, what about if I work for you for nothing for 3 months? I'll come into your organisation, you don't have to put me on the phone because I've got an Essex accent, if that's what you're worried about, and I'll make the tea. She said, okay, you join tomorrow. And this is a woman that run the business like Maggie Thatcher run the country. If your top button's not done up and your shoes are not polished, you're sent home unpaid. Anyway, I got a bit lucky and I worked really hard. And within a year, I became the best newcomer. I won Internal Recruiter of the Year and went on to win it externally over a period of 3 years out of 100,000 consultants across Europe. I generated the business £700,000. And one day, and I was placing secondary education teachers up to principal level into schools. And one day, I placed this teacher into the job. 12k fee, head of department for English, perfect. But that person, I wrote their micro teach for them. And I thought I was morally doing wrong. And young people want to do things that are purposeful to them. So I decided to leave the business. And this was 14 months from today's date. I had £20,000 saved, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to do something for young people. So I left the business on the Friday, and on the Monday, I sat at the kitchen table and I typed into Google how to set up a business. And it came up limited company, limited by shares, sole trader, and I knew I was out of my depth. I knew I didn't even know what I was doing. So I put advisors around me. I got myself, I hustled, as they say. I got myself in. Now sitting on my board of directors, I have the managing director of Bank of New York. I have the CEO of the 5th largest media company, because I worked hard. Now, within 14 months, I've taken a business from £20,000 to 8 million. We've got 17 staff in total, and we're doing good for young people. It's about showcasing what young people can do. Because you've got Tom walking down the road, and because he's never had Facebook on his CV, Google will never look at him. But he's a kick-ass developer. Why haven't these people looking at them? So the moral of the story is, everyone's got talent, every young person's got talent, and we've got the resources out there to make a difference. And it's the best time for our generation, which I call Generation Now, to make a difference. That's all I've got to say. Thank you.